Okay, welcome to section 7.8. It's the section of improper integral. In this question, we have to evaluate this integral here. Now, if you look at this integral very carefully, there is something up here we are not used to, which is infinity. Let me just highlight it for you. This one here. It's infinity. Now, if we have infinity in one of the limits, this integral we will call it this integral is called improper integral, okay, of infinite interval type. Infinite interval type. So this integral, it's called improper integral, and the reason why we call it an improper integral because we have infinity, or sometimes you can have minus infinity in the limits of the integration. Now, the way we'll do this integral is very simple up here. It will work like this. It will go like this. We have this integral from 3 to infinity, x minus 2 power 3 over 2 dx. The first of all, because I have a problem at infinity, so what I will do, I will go away from infinity. I will not call it infinity, I'll just call it b. Usually we have integral from a to b, so that's what I will do. So I will do 3 to b, okay, x minus 2 power 3 over 2 dx. Now, this is a normal integral, this is a usual integral, and the final answer will be in terms of b. I will show you later what we will do with this b, but for now, let's just keep it b, and let's do this integral. So this will be what? 3 to b. This will be x minus 2 to the power of negative 3 over 2 dx. Now, this integral is easy because we can use the substitution. This is u to the power of negative 3 over 2. We just need to add 1 and divide by the new power. So this will be this one. It will be x minus 2. If you add 1 to the power, it will be negative half. If you divide by negative half, it will be negative 2. And do the integration from 3 to b. So far, so good. The next step, we substitute the b and we substitute the 3. If you substitute b, we get b minus 2 to the negative. Okay, before we substitute, let's just return back this one. So this is negative 2 over x minus 2 to the power of half. From 3 to b. Now substitute b, substitute 3. We get negative 2 over b minus 2 to the power of half, and then minus negative 2 over 3 minus 2 to the power of half. Okay, which is, I think this one is very easy here. It is negative 2 b minus 2 to the power of half. It will be plus 2. Okay, now what do we know about b? Let's go back and let's track b again. Remember, I put b in a place of infinity. Why I put it in a place of infinity? Because infinity is not just a number. I cannot just go and substitute infinity here. The way we used to substitute infinity is by using the limit. So what I want to say at the last step, that b is infinity, but I cannot just go and say b is infinity. I just need to say limit as b goes to infinity. So in every step, I need to go back and I write this limit. B goes to infinity. limit b goes to infinity, limit b goes to infinity, and limit b goes to infinity. Now you need to find this integral. Remember, we have L'Hopital rule, we have so many rules, we just need to find this integral. The first step to find any limit is direct substitution. So if you do direct substitution up here, what you will get is negative 2 over infinity minus 2 to the power of half, and this is would be just 0. So this would be just 0 plus 2, and the final answer is just 2. Now if you look at the final answer, which is 2, this is a real number. Let me just write this down here. This up here, it is a real number. If we do improper integral and we get a real number, we will say that the integral in the question converges. The integral converges. Okay, and that's what we want to say in the first video here. Okay, so if we get a real number, if we get a number, remember, because if you find the limit, sometimes you get infinity, sometimes you get negative infinity, sometimes the limit does not exist, and sometimes we get a real number. If we get a real number, we call it converges. If we don't get a real number, we call it diverges. Quick recap of what we did. We have improper integral. Why we call it improper integral? Because one of the limits is infinity. Maybe sometimes it's minus infinity up here. And this is, we call it infinite interval type. The way we solve this kind of a question is we need to avoid this infinity, avoiding it by writing another number b, and you do the whole integral with this number b, everything, all the steps. And then you go back and you write the limit in every step, and the last step you need to use either L'Hopital or what you have learned in 101, how to find the limits, so you can finalize the answer. In this particular question here, if we substitute infinity, it will be negative 2 over infinity. Anything over infinity is 0. And this is 2, so the final answer is 2. Thank you so much.